Hello ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for clicking on another one of my videos. I am Screen Scene Guru, and today I'm going to be covering Andor, the series finale, all the good things. I have finally caught up on all of the declassified episodes on Disney Plus. I thought they were really good, fantastic behind the scenes commentary of all the actors and the director Tony Gilroy. Really awesome stuff, guys. If you have not started watching, I highly recommend getting your Disney Plus account set up just to watch Andor Season 2 and, of course, Rogue One after. So going into a bit of my review, I've already done a series review, guys, so if you haven't checked that out, I highly recommend you check out that previous video on the channel. I've also done a Rogue One review, but going into the declassifieds, we've got the first one, Time. Contains spoilers with cast and crew, behind the scenes, the first 3 episodes. So really awesome stuff. We get to see immediately the pickup of Season 1, where Season 1 left off. All of the people on the run. We get to see a little bit of Bix's character talking about what it's like to perform under the stresses of the role, being hiding from being persecuted and also being picked up by the Empire. We get to see the tragic loss of Zan. Unfortunately, he dies on the Wheat World, and they leave that astromech droid behind, which I thought was really fascinating. They never really go back to that, besides Biggs being on that planet. Then going on into the second declassified, we've got world building. I thought this was a really good episode as well. We got Cassian and crew break down episodes 4 through 6. So a lot more of the world building with Gorman. They shot some of the scenes in Italy with actual real architecture, which I thought that was fun. They discussed how the Gorman language was a little bit of French mixed in with new letters and a whole new architectural language they made based off of French architecture and language of their dialect. So I thought that was really awesome to see. Going into episode 3, we've got Welcome to the Rebellion. The cast and crew break down episode 7 through 9. So this is really the juicy bit of the show, guys, where everything starts to fall into place. We see Luthen's finale. We get to see Mon Mothma finally brought into the rebellion after she gives a groundbreaking speech. She discusses the actress, saying that I wanted Tony Gilroy to write the speech that's going to be given in the Senate, and that she would rework it given how it sounded. But she did one take and it was perfect. She said it will stay with her forever. So that was really cool to hear. Going into our last declassified episode, we've got Farewell. This was, of course, a bid to farewell and takes us behind the scenes of the series finale. All the hugs and cheers they had for a well job done. Of course, this is picking up right off mere hours later. We get the events of Rogue One taking place. So we see his triumphant walk through the base on Yavin, a lot more to do with the building up of Yavin. We get to see in the behind the scenes. Finally, it's an established base where the rebels can actually launch from to attack the Death Star in A New Hope. It's believable by then that they have a somewhat organization and a high-ranking chain of command. It would have been nice to see if some of the characters lived. I know a lot of people had some speculation on the internet. They're basing this whole series on a character we know they are ending. But I thought Diego Luna had a perfect statement for that. He said, basically, this gives hope for the character Biggs and her child. That they were given a life free of oppression over the Empire, and the idea really is these strong women of Star Wars. We got Clea, we've got Val, Mon Mothma's cousin. We got Mon Mothma herself. We've got Biggs. All of these women are influential. The Force healer that heals Cassian. They're really playing up that there was a lot more women that had a lot more to do in Star Wars before the events of the original trilogy. I know it's kind of funny that people go back and they see just Leia and they just see Mon Mothma and they're like, where are all the women? And where's the diversity? Well, now they've finally caught up to that and they're finally portraying that, which I thought was a really good idea. So now, going off from Andor, we've got some more Star Wars news to cover, because I've been constantly reading this Star Wars Heir to the Empire novel from Timothy Zahn, and I've already made it to chapter 26, so I'm almost all the way to the end of the book. So really awesome stuff there. We heard about, or we read, should I say, Luke got himself captured on this planet where they're trading goods with the Empire. The Empire's coming to this world to harvest metal off the branches of these trees for shield reinforcement from these older stars. We hear that the older stars in the unknown region burn brighter and larger, so they need more protection for their Star Destroyer, the Chimera. So that was very interesting to see. We get the introduction to Mara Jade in this book. She begrudgingly helps Luke Skywalker, also trying to use him as a bit of a playing card for her self-benefit. I'm not sure if she's willing to go all in and help Luke yet. She's still kind of hashing her bets, but currently we do have Han and Calrissian Lando on the planet trying to get Luke and Mara Jade out of the Empire's clutches, so that's really fun to hear. Going on from there, let's go into some more movie news, guys. We've got The Legend of Aang was recently moved up at Paramount Studios because they had a bit of a snafu where they had to delay the next Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, probably because Seth Rogen is doing so well at the studio right now. It's already been announced they're going to get a season 2 at Apple, so that's really fun to hear. But because of that, we're not going to get Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in 2026. It's been pushed to 2027. Thus far, we're going to get Legend of Aang, released on October 9th, 2026. This is going to be our follow-up from where we last left Aang, Katara, Sokka, all of the crew in the animated series. I know a lot of people are like, where does this fill in the timeline for Legend of Korra? This would be set a few years before the events of Legend of Korra, because we know, of course, from that series, Aang is gone. This will be a young man Aang. They're filling in the timeline right now with the books, guys, so I highly recommend you guys go out and check out the books. So moving on, we've got the announcement of a Gears of War project finally coming out of Netflix. So this is really cool to hear. Given there's 5 of these games, I believe, if not 6. We've got David Leitch directing, so that's really a nice director. He's, of course, done John Wick films, Bullet Train, Nobody, which I've yet to watch, but I need to catch up on. I've done a trailer reaction for Nobody 2 on the channel, if you guys have seen that. But really awesome action flicks that they're trusting him to do Gears of War. I don't know the story for Gears of War, so if you want to leave in the comments down below what the story is, I'd be much appreciated. So one more story, guys, real quick before I go into my big haul that I've got. A24 Crystallake series is currently still in development. We don't know exactly when we're going to get a release date from it. As far as I'm aware of, we're going to be getting it on Peacock, so that's very interesting for people who have that streaming service. We did hear about the Jason universe being released, because this is going to be the new brand. Jason's going to be given a common suit, or not suit, should we say, a common, outfit with the basic hockey mask, and still he's got the machete, but I don't really get why they are going into the change of the look so much. I don't really think it's that big of a deal. He looks the same to me. It's just the fact they can't use all his props, I guess, from him being in the swamp and him being cybernetically enhanced. They can't change the look of him from here on out. It's going to be the same basic look in every story, and we have heard from the people working on the series that they want to do movies with Jason. It's just we're not sure if they're going to have the Friday the 13th name attached to them, which that's very interesting to hear. But going into our last thing on the video, I just want to cover some physical media news. For those of you that are passionate about physical media, I still am currently collecting discs. So going on to our first haul, we've got the 9-film set. This is on Blu-ray of the classic Superman and Batman projects. This contains the Christopher Reeves set, as well as the Batman, Val Kilmer, George Clooney, And let's see, which one was this first one? Might say on the back. Let me see. Crusader. Michael Keaton. Okay, so yeah, all the Batmans and all of the classic Supermans on Blu-ray. I thought this was a really good deal. I picked this up from Walmart. I'm not sure how well you guys can see the posters on the back, which are very interesting. Bit of media there. All on Blu-ray. I have had this set before, all the Batmans that I've recently given to my sister. But really cool stuff there. The original Supermans. In the second one, we do have the Donner cut, for those that are interested in that. Superman 2 is the Donner cut. And then we've got Superman 3, and then Superman 4, Quest for Peace, and even Superman Returns, which is not my favorite film, but it counts. I'll say it counts. And then, of course, we've got our classic Batman films. I love the art design on the original discs. Some of them done by Tim Burton. And then, of course, Batman Forever and Batman and Robin. Really iconic movies. I've done a recent review of Batman Forever with our tragic passing of Val Kilmer. But that will do it for the movie side of things. Going into television, I've got a brand new series, Dune Prophecy from HBO. I have not caught this series yet. This is a really cool show, guys. If you haven't watched this, I heard really good things about it. I'm going to be doing an unboxing right here in this video. So, let's see. Grab my trusty little poker. Take the saran wrap off this cover. If you guys see. Saran wrap off. This is kind of what it looks like. Front. You see on the back. A little bit of designs for the series. Frank Herbert's epic universe from the novel Sisterhood of Dune, written by Brian Herbert. From the expansive universe of Dune, created by acclaimed author Frank Herbert, and 10,000 years before the ascension of Paul Atreides, Dune Prophecy follows two Harkonnen sisters as they combat forces that threaten the future of humankind. Interestingly put, humankind. And establish the fable sect that will become known as the Bene Gesserit. So yeah, a whole series about the forming of Bene Gesserit, which I thought was really fascinating. Let's pop these back into place. Some of them are kind of popping out, so let's see. There you go. And they all have classic black discs. So no pictures, unfortunately, but similar to how the movie, the original Dune was. I believe it had maybe a sand-colored disc. I'm not sure exactly, but I do really like this. Shout out to Dieter Bastian on Let's Get Physical Media, because he loves to do his reversible cover art. And this, of course, comes with that, so I'm just sliding it into place right now. Really cool. You get to see the sisterhood, and then the episodes on the back, which is awesome. This will do it for my video, guys. I want to thank you very much for clicking on one of my videos. I highly suggest you leave a like, comment down below. What are your thoughts on the current movie news and updates? I'll be doing updates on Instagram following up, so be sure to check me out on there. Oh, real quick, right before I go, I've got one more movie scoop to follow up with. We've got the announcement of our new Slayer for Buffy the Vampire Slayer, being announced by Sarah Michelle Gellar herself on social media, so that was really cool to see. We got Ryan Kira Armstrong, who a lot of people might recognize from the rebooted Firestarter with Zac Efron a few years ago. She was also in Skeleton Crew just last year, so she's been getting a whole lot of work done recently in the industry, and now she's been confirmed to be our new Slayer, which I thought was very good. They got a really good actress. She's, I think, like 16, maybe. So perfect age to be slaying vampires. I think Sarah Michelle Gellar was about that age when they cast her for the series back in '97. So that's iconic, crazy, but really cool news to hear about. What are you guys' thoughts on this? Until next time, guys, I want to give a big shout out to all you supporting my channel. Until next time, peace, and may the force be with you.